Flow control valve, what is that? Assume that we want to change the flow through this orifice. So we can use a needle valve that looks like a needle like this. And then as this needle moves this way, it kind of plug that whole thing. So as you can see, the same thing happen. So the more restricted the flow gets when you try to close this hole or restrict the flow. So what happened is when you restrict the flow, the pressure before that and after that kind of changes. The pressure drop. The more restriction you do, the more pressure drop it happens. So you can imagine that the same way we can calculate the flow through a flow control valve. So similar. However, for the flow control valve, it uses a little bit easier equation, I would say. It's gonna be psi divided by sz. So for the orifice, this kind of this coefficient is it uses a kind of breakdown number. So it uses another constant area 38.8. Instead of that, there is a single constant for flow control valve. When you measure the pressure, so whatever the pressure difference is, delta psi pressure difference, basically delta P is in psi. That's what I wanted to write. Divide by the specific gravity. So very similar equation because exact same thing happened for a flow control valve. So only difference is the coefficient. So it is expressed a little bit detailed for orifice, but for control valve it expressed this whole thing. So basically this whole 38.1 CA is this CB. So that's the difference.